Hello guys, we are back with a brand new chapter of novel Obsession. So let's start. Hukum, what is happening here? Who are these people? Aina looked at Kartavya for answer, but he remained silent to her questions. By looking at their faces, Aina could make sure that they were not here for something good. So she took a step back and then turned towards Eva. She needed to ensure their safety first. But as she turned around, she was pulled back by a hand on her waist that led her to bump into a harder body with a thud. Her breathing got heavy. She knows this touch. She knows this tingling feeling very well. Hukum Saab, what are you doing? Leave me. Aina said sternly in between her heavy breathing. Calm down, Ranisa, and let us do the job for which we come here. Eva was scared looking at the scene in front of her. She wanted to go and free Aina from Kartavya's grip. But even if she wants, she can't do that. Her gaze went towards the other man standing in front of her. His whole being was surrounded by a dominating dark aura. But his eyes, those indigo blue eyes, softened when their gaze met for the second time in a day. He slowly took his predatory steps towards her, making her step backwards. She was scared, very much scared. He stopped seeing the feared look on her face by looking at him. If it made his heart ache, he always loved the fear of people's eyes whenever they saw him, but he loathed the look on her face. Stop right there, darling. I'm not going to do anything to you, Lucas said, but Eva didn't listen and kept taking the steps back. I don't like repeating myself. Stop right there, or else I'm going to shoot whoever is the first person I see, Lucas said in a calm tone, while taking his gun from behind. His eyes widened, seeing the gun in her hand. She stopped taking steps, and tears rolled out from her eyes. She didn't know what was happening around her. Lucas was feeling many things for the first time in his life. Like right now, when he saw her tears, his heart burned for her. He didn't want to make her cry, but he needed her to be his, and for that, he was willing to make her cry. He was selfish, and when it comes to her, his selfishness has no limits. Who are you? And what do you want from me? Eva shouted while crying. I'm the one who is ready to ruin the world for you, Lucas said, making her look at him with confusion. I know you are confused right now, but we don't have time right now. So just sign this so we can leave, he ordered while taking some papers from Michael and extended it towards her. Eva looked at him like he was an alien. Don't you hear what I said? Who the hell are you and why should I sign the papers? I don't even know you. Mr. Rajput, before I call my parents and police, leave from here with these thugs. Eva said, even though she was scared, she wasn't going to show him that. These papers are for our marriage, Lucas said in a cool voice. What? Aina and Eva screamed together, which made him irritated. Mr. Rajput, can you make your girls silent for a moment, or do you want me to do that for you? Lucas asked while looking in Kartavya's direction. Aina looked at him with anger and started saying, First of all, you gore pakode, you cannot shut me up. Second, stop calling me his girl, and finally stop scaring my bestie or else I'm going to. She didn't even get to finish her sentence before that a tap was placed on her mouth and her hands was tied behind her with a shawl by Kartavya. She looked at him with widened eyes. Sorry, but not sorry. This is only for your safety, Ranisa, he muttered for her to hear, and then nodded at the devil, who again turned towards Eva. Miyakara, are you now going to sign this or not? Lucas asked her in a sweet tone, which made her confused on his changing behavior. No, I will not, and just leave from here, Eva said while hiding her fear, but it was clear for the devil He was a master when it comes to reading people's emotions and then manipulating them according to his favor. Are you sure? He asked again while moving closer to her and stepping into her personal space. She felt uncomfortable as he invaded her privacy like he owned it. She shivered under his piercing gaze but didn't say anything instead of looking at his eyes. So, my dear darling, let me show you an interesting video, Lucas said while showing his phone to her. She didn't break the eye contact to look at the screen, but his next words made her instantly look at the screen. Your sister looks pretty in white dress, but I think red will make her more pretty. Red is just like her blood, he said, looking at her with a smirk. Eva instantly looked down at the screen only to see Jahanki standing near the mandap while arranging something. A red dot was pointed at the center of her head. Eva looked at him scared, to which he showed another one where Mathili was standing with her mother, talking with their relatives. Like this, he showed her all the footage of her entire room. Do you get it now? What will happen to your family if you don't sign the papers? Lucas asked in his cold tone, but inside he was cursing himself for making her cry. Tears were continuously rolled out of her eyes. Why are you doing this to me? What have I done to you? Her voice breaking at the end. Aina was crying too. Looking at her friend, she was feeling helpless. Kartavya wanted to kill Lucas for making him do this. But he can't because he knows how dangerous that man is and he will destroy everything forever and everyone that comes in between them. Why are you doing this to me? To my family? Eva asked while crying. She never felt this much helpless in her life. She hit his chest with her small fist. He let her do that because he knows that he deserves all the hits for making her cry. He gripped her jaw and with his one hand making her jerk back. But he didn't leave her and the grip only got tightened and with the other hand he wiped the tears from her eyes. She was very scared of him. She stood like a statue there. Just sign this paper. I will make everything easy for everyone. I'll leave your family, he said in a soft tone. Don't cry, princess. You are a monster, she said with her voice filled with so much hate for him. Tell me something that I don't know already, he replied, chuckling. And then he placed the papers on the vanity table and turned her around to face it. She looked at him through the mirror, feeling defeated and helpless, but his eyes only held the determination for making her his forever. He pushed the pen in her direction and mentioned her for singing. I hate you so much. I hate you with every breath I take. I'll hate you until the day I die and after that, she said in a voice with dripping venom. I know that, precious, he said. Eva closed her eyes and clutched the Rudraksh pendant with her hands. She wanted her Shivji to get her out of this nightmare. She never thought that her wedding day would turn out like this. She knows the consequences of her actions, but she had to do this to protect her family. She could have said no, but like every other time, she chose her family over herself. She didn't know what was going to happen after this. Heck, she didn't even know the man with whom she was about to get married. But one thing was clear to her: she hates this blue eyed monster with her existence and will continue to hate until her last breath. Sighing deeply, she opened her eyes and then signed the papers. Even though she didn't want to cry and make herself weak in front of him, tears rolled out of her eyes and fell on the paper. Lucas smiled with pure happiness when he saw her signing the papers. After that, he also signed the papers. Eva felt like she just signed off her life to the devil. Her thoughts were broken when she felt something cold touching her neck. She looked down only to get shocked by seeing her brand new stranger husband trying a simple yet beautiful nuptial chain around her neck. She looked up at his face, who was fully concentrated at what he was doing. She couldn't digest what was happening with her. After tying the chain, he put a pinch on vermilion in between her forehead. Eva unknowingly closed her eyes. A pinch of sindoor fell on her nose. She opened her eyes only to get clashed with his blue eyes. Don't be surprised, darling. I'm just completing the rituals of your culture, he said in a soft tone, and then took her left hand, removed the ring from her fingers, and then made her wear a new wedding band, and then gave her a ring and forcefully made her wear the ring on her finger. He felt like he accomplished everything in his life, seeing her wearing all the things that indicated her as his wife. By the time he finished, Eva was gone numb. No tears and no emotions on her face. Aina could look at her broken self. She knows that Eva will not be the same anymore. She cursed the man beside her who had made her feel helpless and the other man who broke her best friend. Let's go now, Mrs. Ashwin. Your kingdom is waiting for you, Lucas said and placed a towel in front of her face, which made her lose her consciousness. But before she could fall, he picked her up in bridal style. He then nodded at Michael, who placed a letter on the table. Kartavya also carried a wiggling Aina in his arms, who was crying, her sounding muffled because of the tape on her mouth. And then the two men stepped out of the room while carrying their ladies in their arms. A new journey was waiting for both Eva and Aina on the wedding altar. The sun had set not too long ago, and the Bansal household was adorned like a new bride with lights. The wedding was set to take place in the backyard of their house. Despite being middle class, they owned a decent two-story house with a lavish backyard. The yard was adorned with white and pink flowers, along with yellow lights. As all the guests took their seats, they eagerly anticipated the arrival of the bride, ready to bless the newlywed couple. Rishabh and Minnie were excited yet emotional. It was the marriage of their elder daughter. Despite initial disappointment when the nurse informed them of the baby's gender 25 years ago, Eva was their firstborn, and there were many memories associated with her. They were delighted that their daughter was finally marrying a decent man after facing constant rejection. They looked forward to her future, unaware of the storm that was about to change their seemingly perfect future completely. Shravan, the groom, was seated in front of the holy fire with the priest beside him, chanting some mantras. It's time for the Jaymala. Bring the bride, the priest announced, making the parents nod in his direction. Mathili and Jahanki, go and bring your sister. Minnie ordered her daughters and they went upstairs. But even after passing 10 minutes, the three didn't return, and the people started to talk between each other. So Rishabh and Minnie went to bring them back, knowing that their daughters were too dramatic and would be crying, hugging each other. Minnie looked at her daughters, who were standing like they saw some ghost. What are you two doing here? I asked you two to bring Eva down, and you useless girls are just standing here. Minnie exclaimed, trying to control her anger, but Rishabh noticed the absence of his elder daughter. Where is Eva? Is she in the restroom? He asked, being concerned. But the two didn't say anything. Where is she? Minnie asked this time. Mama, she's not here, Mathili said hesitantly. What do you mean by she is not here? Where is she? Minnie asked angrily. We don't know. She was not there when we came here, Jahanki said. Then where is she? Rishabh asked. Papa, we got this from the room, Jahanki said while extending a paper. He grabbed it eagerly only to get the shock of his life. What is this, Rishabh? Minnie asked, being anxious, but he didn't reply to her, so she snatched the paper from him and started to read it. Dear Mama and Papa, if you guys are reading this letter, then that means I'm already gone from our home. I don't want to marry Shravan. Actually, I don't want to marry anyone except the man I love. I know I'm breaking your trust and hearts by doing this, but I cannot marry a man when I'm already in love with someone else. I'm sorry. I know I should have said this before, but I didn't have the courage then. That's why I'm leaving with him. Please take care of yourself, and if you can, please forgive me, your daughter Eva. Tears rolled down Minnie's eyes when she read the letter. She sat on the bed with a thud. This is not true. My Eva can't do something like this. She can't, Minnie said while shaking her head vigorously. She did this, Minnie. That ungrateful girl did this to us. What will we do now? Rishabh said while controlling his anger. How can she do this to us? How can she? What will we say to Sharavan as his family? What will we say to the guests waiting out there? How are we going to face society? Minnie cried while asking. Mathili and Jahanki were also crying seeing their parents' conditions. They couldn't believe that their Ivadi can do something like this. I don't know what we will do now, but only one thing is clear for me, and that is that girl Eva is not my daughter anymore. She is dead for me from the moment she chose a man over us. I only have two daughters from now on, Rishabh announced, making the three ladies look at him in horror. With hesitating, slow steps and head behind down, Rishabh and Minnie reached toward the mandap. All the people looking at their way and murmuring with each other. Where is Eva? Sharavan asked. His voice didn't have any emotions in them. Turning towards to face the guest, Rishabh folded his hand and said, We are very sorry to inform you that this wedding will not happen anymore. Everyone can leave after having the food. The people started murmuring between themselves and then started leaving the garden. What do you mean by she's not here? Sharavan asked while clutching the collar of Rishabh's kurta. Please leave him, son. Minnie pleaded to spare her husband's life. I haven't given all the money for you so that you can cancel the marriage. I want Eva at any cost. Sharavan said while pushing Rishabh down on the floor. So here the chapter 5 ends and we will meet tomorrow again with chapter 6. Till then, bye bye.